already making the tortillas. We weighted the tortilla dough with the pan, with the recipient. But the way I do it here at the lab, since we're trying to control every variable, I cook rice, which is like the most common thing to cook here. We can also find beans, but then beans would take longer, depending on the stove and depending on the grains, and it will take up to 2 hours. So the most easy and common thing to do is rice. So the way I do it, and you'll see it's totally different from what she's doing, but just to give you an example, is that I prepare the rice, I weigh the water that I'm gonna use to boil it, I weigh the cooking pot or the fryer, and then I start the fire, and that would be my starting time. I put the oil on the fire, put the rice, put the water, and then just cover it up, and then I'll just wait and see until the rice is ready, and that would be my finishing time. And then at the end I will weigh the wood I use, leftover wood, charcoal or ash that was left inside the stove, and the time.
Okay.
Do you have any questions so far?
The countertop cooking test you are using only to evaluate the consumption of fuel.
Yeah.
Not emissions.
Well, we use our PEMS to evaluate
PEMS.
emissions and our IAP meter.
And how do you do it here with the
Well,
chimney?
we remove the little short tube at the top.
Last one.
We push it up,
Yeah.
and we leave a gap
Yeah.
to introduce the duct
Uh-huh.
or hood, and then we start taking the emissions. Do you have any questions for the lady? She's cooking tortillas. Any questions? Anyone?
Thanks for cooking. Están ricas.
¿Tiene algún comentario?
Quería preguntar, la tortilla esta, ¿de qué es eso?
Eso es de tiene
maíz.
la, ajá. There's
puede ver.
this bag over here. Can you pass it, please?
This one?
Yeah. This is a prepared corn dough, but the normal way that you can find on rural areas is that they come and get a whole pot like this, for example, of corn. Then they add water and they put it to boil. ¿Cuánto tarda en hervir el maíz para hacer las tortillas?
Como media hora.
It takes like half an hour to boil, and they add cal. I don't know if you've heard lime. Thank you. Lime. ¿Para qué le agrega cal?
What's this for?
El maíz.
So they add the lime so that the corn peels and it comes very soft, and then they just like squish it. Oh no, that's
Stock.
yeah.
That?
This is just like for salt and other spices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chicken
just-
flavor.
Yeah, that. And then again with the tortillas, they squish the corn and they make a dough, and then they prepare it like this way or this way. They add water again, and they prepare it that way. Entonces, si quiere puede seguir haciendo tortillas con la tablita y con la mano.
Ah, se hace con la tablita.
So that's the easiest way to do tortillas. Most of the ladies prefer to do that.
Pero no se pone, no se
Ahorita va a
añade
ser
nada,
uno,
nada, algo
no,
más
solo
se va, ¿no?
agua.
Solo agua y nada más.
We just add water to the
To the
dough.
Prepared.
Yeah, with the prepared.
No se pone un poquito de aceite para que no
Well, she
Sí.
added, ella agregó un poquito de aceite, pero para limpiar
para
la
limpiar
plancha.
la plancha.
But normally you don't add oil to the metal.
¿Cuánto tarda? Se calcula
¿Cuánto tarda una tortilla en
una
que esté
tortilla en
lista?
Como 2 o 3 segundos. Ya va a salir ese, sí.
It takes from 2 to 3 seconds for that tortilla to be ready. And you're gonna see that she's gonna, no la apretado, ¿verdad? Esa.
Esa es apretada, esa es de
No, para cuando está lista que la aprieta.
Ah, sí.
She presses it,
Pero todavía no.
but not yet. And once the dough inflates, the tortilla is ready.
Yo quería preguntar, parece que no hay seguridad para el usuario. Hace mucho calor aquí, ¿eh? Se puede quemar.
That's the way we cook.
Mucho calor. ¿Eh?
Esa es la manera que cocinamos. So, you see this metal grate? This is like very important for us here in Honduras and I think in Central America, most of the region, because we do this type. These tortilla things are very important on our diet. And also ladies prefer to cook several meals at the same time. Because we're making a controlled cooking test, we're just cooking tortillas. Then with the other group, we're cooking chicken, I think, and rice. So, but they prefer having this big metal grate.
La plancha es solo para tortillas, nada más.
No, eso es lo que estaba mencionando, perdón. Nosotros aquí preferimos tener bastante, o si quiere le puede decir usted. Explica. ¿Por qué prefieren la plancha?
Nosotros preferimos la plancha porque aquí el espacio es grande y se puede estar moliendo, haciendo arroz o cociendo frijoles. Sí.
Varias cosas a la vez.
Sí, varias cosas a la vez.
Está perfecto. Y el calor en la plancha está quitablemente repartido. Hay parte.
¿Por toda la plancha?
Por toda
No.
la plancha.
Por ejemplo, tenemos pérdidas de calor en las esquinas. We're having heat losses on the corners. Mhm.
¿Tenéis el
Termómetro.
termómetro?
Ok,
¿Puedo ver?
Puedo traer uno.
Vale. A ver qué temperatura tenemos en cada parte de la plancha.
Pero ese no 2 o 3 segundos, señora. Esa demora como un minuto, ¿no?
Un minuto parece.
Así mide el
Es que
tiempo.
depende de la temperatura también. Sí, ahorita está abajo. Si yo le meto más leña, eso sube más y entonces más rápido sale la tortilla.
Where you like 1 or 2 tortillas at a time.
Right now, I'm checking for vacuum, but I'm not going to.
Sometimes we cook 15.
So, and then we take, then the next thing we would do is set the flows. So we have.
Siempre cocino una o dos a la vez.
Sí.
Porque he visto en otros lugares como a veces son 10 o 12 o más, pero es más común aquí para hacer unos 2 tortillas a la vez.
No, sí se puede, pero sí se ve.
Pero por lo regular, usted cocina 1 o 2 tortillas a la vez.
No, si podemos hasta, depende cuando hagamos la pelotilla, es que antes atrás además haciendo la muestra, ¿sí?
Bueno, entonces voy a hacer pregunta.
Sí,
Entonces es común con tu familia para
puede
cocinar,
utilizar
para usar
un
la
molde,
plancha
¿no?
entera.
Ajá, sí.
Moins de
So
bois pour
she's saying that normally right now you see her
l'énergétique
cooking 1 or 2
énorme.
tortillas.
Tu vois?
And normally she does
C'est très bon ça,
Usually
ce
the
type de
whole
foyer.
griddle is full. Es bueno para ellos.
Je pense que ce qu'on utilise chez nous, il y a beaucoup plus de gaspillage de l'énergie par rapport à ça. Ici, c'est vraiment concentré.
So it's telling me my deletion is around 1,255
Una vez que llegue a la última rayita,
I have my data
ahí
sheet,
lo
I'll
suelto.
record that, record all the flows in the data sheet for the test.
Y
So once the flows are set,
aquí,
then we take a background. Well, we also have to set up the
Yeah.
road,
Suéltalo ahí.
so that's what we set up.
Ahí.
So if we're using, if there's a chimney, you can just.
No, no,
set
no.
up
No.
set up.
Así ve.
But if we're measuring a stove with no chimney,
Okay. Llega a la última rayita para acá,
Sí,
lo
sí.
suelta.
so we take a
Ahí.
background.
Dime.
Ahí suelta. Cuando llega la última rayita para acá, lo suelta.
Está bien, ¿no? Lo siento.
¿Ver? Atrás.
Este y esta esquina.
Ahí.
Bueno, pero aquí dentro creo que más, ¿no? Aquí.
Aquí va a dar el fuego directo.
Directo. Todo el fuego.
Ahí es más.
Más.
So,
Check the temperature here. Yeah. Now the fluid here. The temperature. No, no.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If it is too hard, might be this is the heat loss. Yeah.
That is a problem. These aren't too hot. Like this chimney, it really isn't that hot. Yeah, this probe is not the normal
That
probe that we
60.
use.
It's
54 here.
So this is just some big bag. But yeah, generally we try to keep the dilution very close to what the probe actually is.
depende de
You dilute as soon as
la
possible.
dimensión de la olla, ¿no?
Okay, so we have
Ver cuántas.
¿cuánto es la transferencia?
TCM flow going into the machine. It's coming in this line.
Do you have any questions?
Esa se puede
So that's 1.5.
Y esa prueba puede hacer que pase.
And then at the same time though,
Sí, eso se le-
the smoke is
Pero esto se ha hecho con un estudio específico.
¿Es adobe o ladrillo?
for our sensors. So we add
¿Conoce
dilution
el
there
adobe?
to bring it to cool
Adobe
down
es
to
este que es
ambient and to bring them in range for our sensors. And so we're actually pushing the
¿Sí?
air into
Without, sin cemento.
Sin cemento. Bueno, este sí porque está prefabricado. Pero aquí hay algunos. Le echan pino.
Ah, sí.
Ok, normalmente las estufas las pueden hacer con bloque, como ese, estos gruesos,
Sí.
ladrillos
Sí.
o adobe. Adobe es mezcla de tierra con pino, pine. Entonces el pino sirve para amarrar, para darle un amarre a la tierra. ¿Ok? Ready? I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I keep on reminding.
I wonder if there's oil. Gracia, is there any oil in there too?
No.
No, just corn.
She just added oil to the metal grate just to clean it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, just oil. That is a fireproof cement.
no, that's ash.
Oh, this ash.
Ceniza is ash.
Ceniza ash. Okay, this is all ash.
Ash.
And
Adobe
Adobe.
is this.
we could measure the amount of wood that is burned by
Okay,
It's
a
adobe. It's clay
clay mixed with
mixed with pine
fibers.
or pine
Any
dust,
fiber.
yeah.
Okay, any fiber. Okay.
and ladrillo bricks. This one.
And then, okay, let's use this.
So we don't know the total emissions, we just know the ratio of emissions.
So these are local materials everyone can find
Yeah.
in their places. They're very common in here. So she's gonna cook rice right now. Este también lo vamos a pesar, el arroz. Entonces, si quiere hágalo en la otra.
el pollo.
La otra muchacha se lleva el arroz.
So all we
Okay.
really need to know.
Como quiera.
El pollo voy a hacer
Okay.
antes.
So she's gonna cook fried chicken
How about
instead of
you?
rice.
Normally cooking, like, do the people they cook two at the same time?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I mentioned before that that's why we have a big metal
Yeah, so two pot at a
to
time.
cook several things at the same time. And as we know, we might have the direct fire in here,
Yeah.
so this might be the hotter place.
So
Not-
simmering just
Yeah.
after boil and
Exact.
before cooking, so they just move
Exactly.
in the back.
Or for example, if they want, it's very common here that the men go at 4 a.m. to work, so they need to cook stuff very quickly. So for example, here they can cook eggs scrambled eggs, and here they can heat the coffee or whatever they.
That's good. So you have to utilize all the space.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in some countries, like people, they build two-part stoves, but normally they are poor and they use only the corn maize. Then they lost the heat in the second. Yeah. So if they utilize all both, yeah, the front and second part, then that's the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
In some cases, maize pot is only in the front, and they just leave the second part. So that means they are losing heat.
Losing heat, yeah.
And consume more fuel in that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here she only has about 4 sticks. I'm sorry.
When you normally compare the efficiency of the
Stove.
the stove, like this one, the plunger, how efficient? What's the efficiency? Generally, maybe.
Well, that's.
From the competition, maybe from the
I
taste check.
cannot.
Or you can't.
It's since this is a stove from a client
Is
from Proyecto Mirador.
oh,
I cannot give that type
Oh,
of information.
oh,
I'm
technical.
very
But-
sorry.
oh, sorry.
That's why they say, in this kind of planter stove, they don't go on the water boiling test.
Yeah.
Maybe because water boiling test might be slow, and then it's
Yeah.
not direct heating. Yeah.
There were
So.
some, did you talk about the
Plancha
plancha
Okay,
protocol
so
workshop? Yeah.
about about a month ago, we had a plancha protocol proposal developed. So what we're trying to do is to develop a protocol, a WBT water boiling test for the plancha.
Yeah. Okay. WBTP for plancha.
Yeah. Good idea.
You want to come through so you can show? Sorry, easier. Yeah. And I don't have the window
So
behind.
I think you met Victor already from Mexico.
Yeah.
He came up with the idea of building some walls
Yeah.
surrounding the plancha, so we can make the plancha a pot at the same time. So we only fill the plancha with the plancha pot
With the water. Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is that when we tried to lift the plancha pot to weigh the water remaining, it was very difficult. So we had to be taking the water, putting it in another container, then weighing
You
it.
should use the volume, land, breadth, and height. Then you can calculate. Okay, this much.
If it's flat, we don't know if
If it
the
is
plancha is
Yeah.
flat.
Oh, okay. If it is not flat.
Yeah.
then you can,
And since we're using, for example, you can see this type of pot, and it's I'm just gonna
because-
remove it. Yeah, it's crooked.
So difficult to make. Okay.
So we're trying to cover all the surface of the plancha. We even tried with mylar. Do you know what mylar is? It's a material. It's a clear, like plastic material, and we made pots of it, trying to get like 70% of the plancha. And it actually worked. The thermal efficiency increased up to 20 or 24 against a 13% with a standard pot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because people are also using pots and boiling water on the regular WBT also, so you want to capture different methods of measurement for the different ways of cooking.
Oh, okay. And I didn't want maybe the specific. I just wanted to know
Okay.
just the general,
Okay.
general efficiency. It's good you have talked maybe what the range, not maybe for this specific
Okay.
one.
Muy fuerte. So she removed because it's too hot.
We are trying to measure the variability.
What about maybe on improving the efficiency? That's what I was trying to say on the temperature distribution.
That's
Along
what one thing we came up to with,
Yeah.
like making a profile of the plancha and take it different temperatures all around the plancha, so we can see which are the hot spots, which are the spaces in which we're losing heat, and what we can do to improve
To
it.
improve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sampling matrix.
Normally, when we make the combustion chamber square at the four corners, normally that's the heat drops. Yeah, the temperature drops in the four corners. So it's not wise. People say it's not wise. Yeah, because in calculation it should be, if it is round, more heat
Yeah.
distribution rather than we make. It's easy to build, but it consumes more materials as well.
Yeah.
But might be if it is a cylindrical one, might be more faster.
I know there are cylindrical rocket elbows, but like you said, they might be like difficult and not easy to get to build.
Yeah,
The-
this is simple.
the-
because
yeah.
you put the four
And
bricks
this is
around.
the easiest way. For example, this project, they have a special artist guy who works with clay
Yeah.
that develops this type of rocket elbows for them, and then they just buy it for every stove, for building every stove. But tomorrow we're gonna see on the different stations.
This is not rocket.
This is a rocket stove.
Rocket means, no, I think the rocket principle is a longer combustion chamber is called rocket. No,
The L,
the L shape is rocket.
this has the L shape here.
No, every stove has L shape. No, like modern brick stove. First you have to make the full loading
Yeah.
chamber, and
And then the chimney. This has.
Okay.
That has a rocket elbow.
But I thought rocket is very longer combustion
no.
chamber, so that the longer the chamber, it acts as a combustion, like it acts as chimney. So
But
it draws
remember that you have to have like the same space on the outside, like on the output, as on the input, to make a better combustion.
So you mean output here?
No, this one. So you see this chimney, this little chimney, should be the same area from the input here. That's one of the design principles for rocket stoves. Maybe Sam can make it more profound.
So you mean this the area of the circle? This
Should
one
be.
should be the same area.
Yeah.
It will be so small. Then.
It's for the combustion.
I think what she's trying to say, sometimes it might not be practically possible to have that height, so you can maybe work on the area now. That's what she was trying to say. So that you maybe still you can have the combustion of the materials
Do you
within.
remember we had this on the February training?
And the February training.
This is for making a cleaner combustion
Yeah.
here.
Because you see, sometimes it's not be practically possible for you to have the height. Maybe if you increase the height, it might not be possible for the lady to cook. So now you work on the, or maybe on the width and the length. Sorry.
Any other questions?